Yesterday, the 16-year-old male and a 16-year-old female who were arrested have since been released unconditionally. We're continuing to work through the evidence, but we're not seeking any additional suspects in relation to Devan's death. An autopsy was conducted yesterday morning. This confirmed that Devan was killed as a result of a stab wound. The scene was released just after midnight this morning, so we have cleared that area. And there has been some discussion recently about a bike incident involving our victim. We are aware of this incident, and at this time I can tell you that there is no evidence linking the accused in this stabbing and this homicide to the earlier September bike theft. A 14-year-old male and an 18-year-old male, both from Hamilton, have been charged with first-degree murder, and there is a court-order publication ban on releasing the name of the adult male accused, and under the Youth Criminal Justice Act, the youth cannot be identified. And again, if you have any further information to offer us, the police, I still ask that you contact Detective Mike McNaughton, who's here with me on the right. His phone number is 905-546-4123. Or, of course, Crime Stoppers remains an option. You can contact them at 1-800-222-8477 or submit your tips online to remain anonymous. Again, the matter is before the courts right now, so I'm limited in terms of what I can speak to, but I will take a few questions.
Sir, why were the 16-year-olds not charged?
We interviewed them at length yesterday. These interviews went into the early hours of this morning. And at the conclusion of these interviews, I'm satisfied that at this time they're to be released. Should there be any other information that comes to our attention as we work through this investigation, then we can always reassess. But right now I'm satisfied on releasing them, and that has since been done.
And as a follow-up to that, sir, had the two 16-year-olds, did they make any sort of deal in exchange for information on the case?
No, there's been no deal made. It was simply an arrest, an interview, which is standard, and then we as investigators make a determination from there whether or not we proceed with charges, and at this time we're not proceeding with charges against them.
How much more are you looking in the allegation about bullying? Her son, Devan's mother today, said since day 2 of school this year that he'd been bullied and picked on by a group of people, including the 2 people now facing first-degree murder charges. How much of that is part of this investigation, and how much are you looking into?
Excuse me. That part of the investigation is growing. We're very alive to that issue. I understand that Devan's mom provided a statement earlier today. I've only seen a snippet of it just recently. I have yet to meet with her. I expected to see her today. She wasn't able to meet with us this afternoon, which I can understand. I did speak with Devan's father, so we've had an opportunity to get acquainted. As far as the bullying factor, we're going to look into this. But as I said, right now the incident that we have on file with that speaks to the September incident involving a bike, there's no the accused and the 2 that were arrested yesterday, who are involved directly in the stabbing, the homicide, are not related to that incident. But we are going to continue to probe the bullying concerns, and we'll work through it.
The 16-year-olds are at least monitoring their social media activity. We're hearing that they've been active on Snapchat.
Yeah, social media, I think, is becoming a big component of this. I know that people are hearing a lot of things. This is an incident that has reached a lot of people. Obviously, people are really concerned. This is a young man who was killed at school, where he should be safe, by other students. Social media is, we're going to monitor it, but it's not fact. Until we speak to people, interview them properly, and obtain information from them directly to the police, only then can we consider that evidence and or fact. And what's on social media is out there. But I would be cautious in terms of the weight that anything is given to what is on social media.
The 2 teens that have been charged, are they known to police? Or have there been incidents involving bullying with those
Yeah, good questions. Again, with the publication ban, with the youth in particular, I'm not going to speak to their involvement or past history with the police service.
People who say they're familiar with the attack that I've been speaking to say that this happened with a machete and that there were multiple stabs, swings. Can you talk about the weapon more specifically than a knife, and can you talk about the number of times?
I will only say, just reiterate what I said yesterday, is that this incident involves a knife. The knife was recovered by Hamilton Police. Our action team, some sharp officers, located this item in the immediate area. That's all I will say with respect to that. The specifics of it remain evidence, and that's important for court moving forward. These are good questions, but I am limited in terms of what I can say because these details need to come out in the proper form, and that'll be court moving forward.
Quick follow-up to that question. Sorry, go ahead.
I did meet with a family this morning. The father, and she had an opportunity to meet us. Obviously, I'm sure there's a lot going on with her right now, but there's important information that I would like from her. I'd love to speak with her at some point, but again, I'm sure she'll reach out to me when the time's appropriate. I'm not going to push her right now. I can't imagine what she's going through, so I'm going to give her a lot of rope, and when she's available to contact me and sit down and meet, then my door's open for that, but I'm going to give her some space, and we'll move forward from there.
How many bystander videos from the kids at the school have you turned in as evidence, can you say?
No, specifically I won't say.
But some have been?
Yes.
Is there any record of police files of complaints about bullying at the school? Do police take complaints of bullying?
Yeah, absolutely.
Do you have any on record? Because apparently police were informed of the extremity of this bullying that was happening to this boy.
So that's a couple-part question, I think. So do the police take bullying reports? Yes, we do. If someone has a concern for safety, they're welcome to call us and we'll investigate that. Specifically, the number of bullying reports on file with the school, I don't think that's something I'll get into. But specifically to the victim, I'll tell you we have limited information on that. I won't get into the details of it, but there's, yeah.
Do you have a message to any kid that is out there that might be bullying? It seems as though in this case that this victim, put up his hand, stood up for himself, told the school, told his parents, told police, this is what's going on, and this is what happened. I mean, is that, I don't know, what do you say to kids who might be in that similar position, who might look at this and say, I'm not going to stand up for myself?
So some of that is perhaps information that I don't have yet, and I would encourage someone that may have details or background on that to come and talk to us. Call Mike or call myself or come see us at the police station so we can probe that. But what I would say to kids that are, that feel they're being bullied, I mean, you got to tell somebody, absolutely, and tell the school staff, tell somebody you trust. If it warrants calling the police, call the police. But certainly report it. Don't bottle that up. Don't hide that. We need to know about it.
Had Devan or the Selvey family filed any sort of complaint or contacted Hamilton Police specifically about bullying against that?
I think that speaks specifically to Devan's background, but I'll say no. The answer to that is no.
What's the process of
Bullying can be classified in a number of different ways. I think that's a bit of a generic term for what the incident could be. That could encompass perhaps a minor assault, maybe an assault that's more serious in nature. It could also it could be something such as a threat or a comment. That's a very broad kind of term. So we try to classify it when we investigate into the appropriate category as to what specifically is it, and then we take it from there. So it's investigated like any other incident report. For example, if you had your car broken into, you're going to call the police, you're going to tell us what happened, and we're going to investigate. It's no different.
What's next for the 14-year-old and the 18-year-old now that they're charged with first-degree
They remain in custody at this time. The investigation continues. They are going to have court dates moving forward. Specifically when those dates are, I don't know. I haven't had a chance to find that out just yet, but they will have a court appearance at some time in the future. I don't know specifically when.
Just touching quickly on videos, the fact that 3 people were brought into custody in addition to these 2 people who've been arrested.
Yeah.
Have you considered any accessory charges? People are taking videos, people who were there who, quite frankly, could have stopped it. Any accessory charges are you considering?
Well, accessory after the fact to murder often speaks to the person assisting the perpetrator in an escape. In this case, our frontline patrol officers were so quick to the scene, they were able to immediately apprehend and arrest those responsible, which was a tremendous response. I mean, all charges are considered. We look at everything in a whole. We don't have to make that decision right now, but as it stands right now, the 2 charges that have been laid are the appropriate ones moving forward. The investigation is far from over. There's a lot more to be gleaned from this. Information continues to come at us at an overwhelming rate. But we are managing that, I think, quite well. And again, we're very thankful to the public who are helping us on this. We depend on that. But we'll give consideration. If there's an appropriate charge, we'll consider it. But right now, that's where we're at.
Just to follow up to that, so is there only an accessory to murder after the fact, or is there an accessory to murder charge that could be?
I think I'm not going to get into the I'm not going to get into the complexities of what charges are appropriate in this circumstance. The right ones have been laid as it stands right now. If there are additional charges to be laid, we'll consider that in the future. But right now as it stands, this two first-degree murder charges have been laid, one on the 14-year-old and one on the 18-year-old.
One more question about the bystanders, and this is a repeat of a question I put to you yesterday. Do you think the kids on the sidelines should have tried to intervene with it help, or were they right to stay out of harm's way, prevent warring?
I mean, I would never encourage somebody to get in the middle of something where they could potentially get hurt. That's not the right move. But if they have seen something or if they have become a witness, my expectation is that they would call us and participate in this process and provide us with a witness statement, as well as whatever evidence they may have captured. This was a very fast-moving incident. And I think I won't get any more details on it than that, but my expectation would be that they would reach out to us and they would assist. That would.
I understand that there was a report that the principal was at the scene and was helping the young man.
I haven't had a chance yet to interview school staff. That is on our list. We just haven't been able to get there just yet, so I can't say specifically what the school staff did, saw, heard. I don't know yet. Haven't interviewed them.
Just wanted to confirm, I think you said that the family had not filed a police report or complaint. Just confirm that again, or had they filed a police report or complaint? Did you have,
No, the last report was it was a theft of a bike in September.
But there was no bullying report?
That's the last incident that they reported.
But prior to that, had there been?
I think no, that's the last incident that they reported. I'm going to leave it at that for now.
And quickly, sir, can you say if it was the 14-year-old or the 18-year-old accused who actually stabbed them?
It is the youth.
The younger of the two?
Correct.
Actually did stab.
Correct.
14-year-old stabbed them?
Correct.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.